Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Honolulu Desperados here on Madden 24. We are entering season number 9. Can you believe that we've even gotten this far? I certainly can't believe that we've gotten to season number 9 already. That's pretty crazy in my book. We came off of a very interesting postseason where we got to the NFC title game and lost to the Detroit Lions, one of our big rivals in this series. And it was kind of a shocking way to lose, too. We were winning the whole game, and then at the very last second, the Lions get the ball, they drive down the field, they score, make it 14-13 with like 10 seconds to go. So there was really nothing that we could do to counter that. So it was a very interesting and mostly depressing way to lose. And then we went into the offseason, and I feel like we had a really, really good offseason. We built the team back up. We got some more depth on different positions, and I think we're ready to go again. We're obviously not as good as we have been in the past. We did lose Jalen Waddle to free agency, so we'll see how he does in his later years because he is up over 30 now in this series. So we'll see how he does. But we did, I think, stay similar to the talent that we had. We didn't get better. We didn't get worse. I do think that we're around the same, maybe slightly worse, but not so dramatic that we're just going to finish in the top 5 of the draft. That's not going to be the case unless we have a complete horrible collapse of a season and Jonathan Young just completely forgets how to play football. That's, I guess, a possibility, but I don't see that happening. So season 9 is underway. I really would like to get back to the Super Bowl and win another championship so that we can kind of give these fans some more nourishment, because they've been starving for the first 6 seasons, and then we finally win a championship, and then we win 2 championships, and then we just we give them the little taste of a title, we give them a taste of victory, and now they want more. They're fiending for more, and so am I. Once you get a taste of that championship, it's like a drug. You get addicted to it, and so we need to keep winning them. But it's hard. You can't just win every single year in the NFL. That's not how it works. So we gotta play our best. We gotta try our best, and we gotta go out here and win a freaking game every single week. If you guys are excited for the start of season number 9 here in Honolulu, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get this season underway. Week 1 of season 9 is here, and we are ready to go. First order of business is to load in the auto-generated draft class. That is going to be what we do in the off-season episode, and it looks like there's going to be a couple quarterbacks at the top of the class, maybe a couple outside linebackers, 6'5" and 6'6". I like that. Those guys are looking pretty decent off the bat. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty defensive draft at the top. Couple outside linebackers, couple defensive linemen. Obviously, you're always going to have a couple tackles in there. That's just how Madden works. Do I need to change my scouts? We have cornerback and receiver as the top scout in the organization. I think I might keep that because we are probably going to lose Devontae Smith at the end of this season as well, just like we lost Jalen Waddle this past offseason. So I probably should keep wide receiver and corner as our scout. But we do still have Devontae Smith. We have Lynn Lashley, who I'm going to try my very best to keep. I don't know when his contract's coming up. It probably is this year, actually. But I'm going to try my best to keep him. We have the new addition, Clayton Mahan, who we took in the first round last year. He's one of the best receivers in the entire class, at least on paper he was. We'll see if he can actually develop. And him being 6'4", 234, paired alongside Lynn Lashley, who's all about speed, I like this a lot. He's 5'10", 182. So we got a big body target and we got a speed target. And then we got Mr. Peter Britton, who's 25, star development, 77 overall. Maybe he can take that next step because he's kind of been just like a fourth wheel for most of his time here in Honolulu. Maybe now he can officially take that next step. But obviously we got our main man, Jonathan Young, who's just stagnant at star development for some reason. He just can't get a good enough season to go up to superstar. I'm really hoping that this year is the year. But he's got the arm, he's got the accuracies deep and medium. His short accuracy is not great, and we've seen that happen time and time again when we jump into games. But he's a pretty good quarterback. He's already a Super Bowl champion, so he's a pretty good quarterback, and I like having him on the team. We did lose some offensive linemen in the draft, or in free agency, but we did bring a couple in the draft, being Jenkins. But we have some depth already. We have Hunter, we have Spears, we have Lovelock, we have a lot of good depth that need to develop and become probably the next starter. So we'll see what happens there. Obviously, we re-signed Freiermuth, but we have Elston to be the backup tight end, Dalton to be the other tight end. So we've got a couple options here that could turn into something. You never know. And then on the defense, we are very thin at linebacker, but we moved Herrera down to the defensive line to go down there with Downing and Parsons because we want Rice and Booth to start on the edges. Wilbon and Ingram will start in the middle linebacker spots, but we are very, very thin at that position. Corner, I'm liking a lot. We got Moses Ramsey in the draft last year, this past year as well. He is 23 years old as a rookie, but he has all the skills to be a top corner in this league. He just needs the time to play and show that he can be. So I really like the way this team is going, the direction this team is going in. We've got a lot of youngsters. We've got a lot of veterans as well. I like the team. I like the team a lot. Is it good enough to win a Super Bowl? I guess the only thing that we can do is find out. So let's start simulating here in season number 9. Remember how this works. We go weeks 1 to week 10 in the first episode. Then we go to week 11 to week 18 in the next episode. That is how we divide up seasons here in the Honolulu series. So let's simulate week number 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Are we going to get that ever elusive first W? And we do, 28-7. We did have a camp standout. Bijan's up to a 98 overall again. He was a 99, but he's starting to get a little older, so his overalls are going down. We had a camp standout. Did he accomplish it? The camp standout was Dante Jones. He did not accomplish what he needed to accomplish. That's okay. It's hard to do the camp standout stuff, especially if you're star development already. Pittsburgh Steelers are up next, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, will they get their second W, or will we get our second W? Mock draft number 1 is also available. We get our second W. We beat them 28-10. And now we take on, Herrera and Clayton Mahan get upgrades. That's both two guys that I really care about. So now we go up against our big rivals, the Niners, who have had a couple seasons where they've just been super bad. Like really, really bad. Bottom of the division bad. So I wonder if they're going to turn it around or if they're just going to be always that. I don't know. Thaddeus Miller right now in the first mock is the top player in the class. Very interesting. Matt Jones, Greg Davis. Greg Davis has the potential to be special. I already see 2 A's. If he has A's the rest of the way down, we'll have to take a serious look at him. Zach Stevenson, Jaden Moss could be good. There looks like this is going to be a good class, at least on paper. It looks like this could be a very good class. We'll have to see as we get deeper into the season, obviously. Week number 3 against the San Francisco 49ers in Honolulu. It's a rivalry game, and we win 24-17. 3-0 to start season 9. Ramsey, Wilbon all get an upgrade. Love to see that. Now we take on the Baltimore Ravens, who are only 1-2. Zay Flowers up to a 94. Good for him. And here it is. Players that are ready to negotiate. We have 9.3 in cap. And our backup quarterback, Andrew Martin, who was, funny enough, going to be the starter until we drafted Jonathan Young. Eric Chamberlain needs a new contract. Herrera needs a new contract. Parsons needs a new contract. Oh, no. We could be saying goodbye to a lot more people. We could be saying goodbye to a lot more people this offseason. No Devontae Smith, though. Oh, no. Well, we have to bring Lynn Lashley back. That's a guarantee. Andrew Martin, we can probably try to trade. Can I try to trade Andrew Martin? What kind of cap room do I have? What's my cap situation looking like in actual trading? 10.3. So we can maybe, next episode, throw Andrew Martin into a trade and bring in a replacement backup quarterback or something. So that's an option. I am probably going to have to restructure a few contracts because I really want to bring Eric Chamberlain back. I want to bring Mateo Herrera back, and they're both Well, Herrera's not super expensive, but Chamberlain's going to be expensive. So is Lynn Lashley. Micah Parsons, I want to bring back, but at 109 million, I don't know if I can. I know Micah Parsons is a Hall of Fame type of player. He's maybe the greatest Honolulu Desperado of all time. But I don't know if I can pay him 109 million when I have to bring back all of these other guys. That's a tough ask. I might have to bite the bullet and trade Micah Parsons. I know that sounds crazy to say, but I might have to do that and trade Micah Parsons just simply because we just don't have enough money and we need to pay those other guys to bring in the depth. So it's going to get a little weird. It's going to get a little weird here, but I think we might have to do that. Devontae Smith's got 2 years on his contract. I didn't realize I signed him to an 8-year contract. How did I sign him to an 8-year contract? I thought you could only do 7. I don't know. Maybe I did it. He already had a year left, and I signed him to a 7-year extension, which made it 8. I don't know. But he's here. So we need to restructure a few contracts. We can restructure Harold Lucas's contract. That'll free up a little bit. We can restructure Jonathan Young's contract that we just paid recently. We can restructure DeMarcus Smith's contract. Ben Ingram, who we recently paid. Freiermuth, who we just extended last year. Deron Bland. And then we can't do Lynn Lash, obviously. Can't do Carlson. We can do DeJuan Allen, though. The only problem is these guys aren't making enough money to where it makes that much of a difference if we restructure and push their money back a little bit. These guys aren't making that much money. But I'll try my best to get these contracts pushed back. What does that leave us with? That leaves us with 100. Oh, okay, that worked, I guess. That leaves us with 168 million. So that can bring back Lynn Lashley. That can bring back Eric Chamberlain, Herrera, Britton, Hunter. All of these guys we can bring back now because of that money, which is good. Let's just get Eric Chamberlain out of the way because I want him to be my franchise left tackle. So we'll give him on a 5-year deal. He really wants to be here, so I don't even have to bump up the money too crazy. We'll go like that. Actually, you know what? We'll take him till he's 6 years, till his age 31 season. We'll offer him that, and he's going to come back. That leaves us with 144 million, and I'll offer Mateo Herrera. He's already 29, so I'll only give him a 3-year deal. We'll give him like 7 million, and see what he says to that. He's going to come back. Okay. 131 million, we'll offer Lynn Lashley, and we're going to lock Lynn Lashley up. 6-year deal, 6-year deal. 10 million. Should get Lynn Lashley back in Honolulu. He's going to come back. Perfect. Peter Britton needs to come back. We'll give him a 4-year contract extension. We'll go 5 million, 3.5 million. And he's going to come back. Perfect. Norman Hunter, we need to be a backup, so we're going to give him a 4-year deal. We're going to give him 4 million. And he's going to come back. Jamie Searcy, we need to be back, so we're going to give him a 3-year deal, 2.5, 5. And he's going to come back. 89 million remains. We need Will Booth back for sure. So we're going to give him a 4-year extension. We're going to pay him 5 mil. And he's going to say yes to that. Yes, he is. Perfect. 80 mil remains. We need Travis Cleveland back. So we'll give him a 5-year extension. 4 million, 3.5 million. He's coming back. 74 mil remains. Dwayne Elston, the backup tight end. I also want Stonehouse to be back, so we'll give Stonehouse like a 4-year deal, 2.5, 2. And he's going to come back, so he's still our punter. Daniel Carlson at kicker, I don't really know. We'll accept the option on Shane Knott. Tyreek Hilton is not going to work out for me, I don't think. Deion Gray. I'll bring Deion Gray back for a 3-year deal. We'll give him $2 million and $500K. He's going to come back. 67 million. If I offer on Micah Parsons, we can afford to bring him back and still have room. So I might think about it. I certainly might think about it instead of trading him because I don't really know if I can let the greatest Desperado in history leave. Even if I could trade him for something pretty crazy, probably. I don't think I can let the greatest the greatest player in Desperado history walk out that door. We don't really need Ezekiel Barnett because we have good cornerback depth right now. But Dwayne Elston, I will offer a contract to. I'll give him a 4-year deal. We'll give him 2.5 and 3, and he's going to come back. So $62 million remains in the budget for right now until we simulate to the end of the season and all that money goes away. Andrew Martin is the guy that I might trade away. Is there a team in the NFL right now that needs a quarterback? He's like a 79 overall. So, man, Anthony Richardson is thriving over there in Cleveland. Is there a team that needs a quarterback? No, not right now. Falcons are at 82 overall. Everybody seems to... Mac Jones got up to an X Factor? What is this? It seems like everybody's pretty good with their quarterbacks right now. I mean, some of them aren't super high overalls, but they'll get there eventually. But nobody's got that... I mean, Justin Fields, I guess, is the only guy that's super low overall. But Andrew Martin being 79 overall wouldn't even start over Justin Fields. They do have backup Jonathan Richards. Fields is 32 on a 1-year deal. Does it really make that much sense that they would take a 29? I think Andrew Martin's like 29. Would they take him? Herbert's 33. Would they extend Justin Herbert? Is this the last year of his deal? It said it was he got 1 year left, so... Yeah, he's got 1 year left. This is the final year of his deal. He's a trade target veteran. I can't take that money on. I'm not going to trade for Justin Herbert. But they could use somebody to replace him if they don't want to sign him. So the Chargers, I guess, are an option. Mahomes is always going to be a Chief. And they have a decent backup in Ryan Butler. Not the Colts. Sam Howell's 89 overall, so not the Commanders. He's only 25, so the Cowboys got time. Tua's 33, but they've got Denario Ross as the backup. Jalen Hurts got 2 years left. They're not getting rid of him. Ashton Feldman for the Falcons. He's only 24, and he's superstar development, so they're not going to get rid of him, or they're not going to replace him. Brock Purdy is 31, but he's got a 4-year deal left, so they're not going to move on from Brock Purdy. Giants are good at quarterback. The Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence and nobody else, but 3 years left on Trevor Lawrence's deal, and he's a 95. He's not losing that starting job, especially to Andrew Martin. So the Jets are an interesting one because they have Shelton and they have Mac Jones, but he wouldn't start over Mac Jones, even though Mac Jones has 1 year left on his deal. I don't know what the Jets would do. That's the only problem. I'm assuming Carmichael is going to get a big contract extension. He's probably only on his rookie deal right now, so he's probably going to get a crazy contract extension from the Patriots if they have the money. The Rams, they have Chuck Young on a 5-year extension, so he's not going anywhere. Lamar has got a 2-year deal, but they have a backup that's pretty decent, it looks like. 30-year-old Saints quarterback Dalton Porter, but they have Jimmy Carmichael, who's also superstar development, so they're in a good spot there. A lot of these teams are in a really good spot with quarterback. It's kind of crazy. CJ's got 2 years left. He's not going anywhere. And then we're back to the Bears. It's really the Bears and the Chargers. Would the Bears... and Joe Burrow's not going anywhere either, even though he's 34. I would assume they're going to extend him. It's really the Bears and the Chargers. Do the Chargers extend Justin Herbert even though he's like 34 or whatever it said he was? Do the Bears move on from Justin Fields and trust this young quarterback, Jonathan Richards? Or do they want to go for a guy that's a veteran to some extent, and Andrew Martin, who's only 28, he's got superstar development? Do they want to take that risk? The Broncos are willing to give me a backup quarterback. The market for Andrew Martin is interesting. We could get Kyler Murray. That'd be pretty funny. We could get a right guard. I don't really know what the move is here. I think I trade him to Chicago. I think we trade him to Chicago. He hopefully becomes the next starter after they just let go of Justin Fields. Because he would certainly start over Jonathan Richards. Except I would probably need Jonathan Richards in return to be my backup quarterback. I could take Kenny Rogers, though. And then I'd have to probably get a draft pick from you as well. So I don't think Andrew Martin's worth a first-round pick, but I'm going to try my best to get one. That's for sure. How about Richards, a first and a fourth for Andrew Martin? Ooh, actually, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought they'd be in the red. That's certainly not that bad. So we can make this work if we give them the right package here. I did just re-sign Travis McClellan. I really hope that Clayton Mahan's development trade's really good. I don't really have a receiver else that they would want. Maybe do you want like Jamal Dixon? He's only 24. Or maybe you want Gerald Basley? How's that? That puts it into the green. What about if I switch this to a next year second? How's that? Okay, that puts us back in the yellow. So a first this year and a next year second and that backup quarterback. This can work if I give them the right package. This can really work if I give them the right package. I have a lot of corners. I really do. I have a lot of corners. I just extended DaRon Bland recently, but I could trade him to the Bears because that would allow for Ramsey to be the number 2 corner. Then Barnes and McCullers would get some good play time. So I would still have 1, 2, 3, 4 really good corners that I trust. And DaRon Bland's pretty old. So I would consider trading DaRon Bland. But I might consider trading him for a little bit more than just a first and a second. So maybe if they give me like a third rounder this year as well. See, I wonder if I didn't throw in that third, if it would have went through. What about if I throw in there this year's second as well? Okay, that puts us into the yellow again. I'll take the third. I'm not going to be super greedy. And then what kind of draft picks can I give? So I don't have a 6 or a 7 this year. But I do have 2034 picks that I can give. How about a third round pick in 2034? That puts it into the green. How about a second round pick in 2034? That puts it really into the green. I bet I could do this trade if I get rid of the third round pick. I bet I could just do this trade straight up. I'd be swapping. It looks like I'm swapping second round picks. Because I don't want to do that. I don't want a 2034 second round pick. Is that all they have though? No, I want their 2020 or 2033 second round pick. That's what I want. I'll give you a second in 2034. That puts us into the green. It's a good thing I caught that. That could have been pretty ugly. And then I guess I can give them a 4th round pick in 2034. How do I make this work? I know how to make it work. I'd subtract the draft picks. That's how I make it work. That gets us really, really close. A 2033 4th round pick added to that. Oh, that's very close. That's very, very close. I'm not even getting that great of a quarterback in return. How about a 2034 6th round pick? Very close. What about a 5th? A 5th probably gets it done. So am I happy with this? We get a first this year. So we had an extra first, and then we have 2 this year. Hopefully the Bears are bad. We have a second round pick next year. So then that's 2 second round picks next year. And we also add a 4th round pick this year. Plus a backup quarterback to replace Andrew Martin. We get rid of DaRon Bland. I'm fine with that. We have corners that I like. Basley's never going to be anything for me, I don't think. So the only thing I'm concerned about is giving up this second round pick in a couple of seasons, but we should be fine by that. I can probably get a second round pick if I need to. Oh, that didn't go through. That's crazy. I thought for sure that would go through. Well, does that mean I have to give up a 4th rounder in 2034? So that means I give up my second and my third or my 4th in 2034? I guess. But this one most definitely will go through. So Andrew Martin, it's been nice having you as a backup. At one point you were almost going to be the starter, but then we changed our mind when we drafted Jonathan Young, excuse me. And now the Chicago Bears have their replacement for Justin Fields, as long as they re-sign him, because he is obviously the reason we traded him is because he has no contract after this year. But as long as they re-sign him, they have their quarterback then. And it looks like we are gonna have to get rid of Micah Parsons because I made that mistake, I guess. I probably should have signed Micah Parsons. Oops. Did I make a massive error? Because I have negative 100 million now. I might have made a massive, massive error. I'm not going to trade Micah Parsons right now. But I might, as you can see at the top of your screen, I have negative 100 million after that trade. So I might have made a bad choice in not re-signing Micah Parsons before I traded Andrew Martin. That's my bad. But we do have an extra first-round pick now from Chicago. So that's always nice. Hopefully Chicago is bad. And now we've got Jonathan Richards. 23 years old, out of Georgia. 90 throw power. So he's like the complete opposite of Jonathan Young. Because Jonathan Young has the really powerful arm and the really good deep and medium. Jonathan Richards has a decent arm and the really good medium and short. Interesting. He's okay. He's not super fast. He's a fine backup. He's a fine backup. I'm not mad at that at all. But now we add that extra first-round pick, which is going to be useful. We just need Chicago to be bad. So let's continue simulating. I don't know if I'm going to jump into any games this episode. I've been having some problems with... Ooh, breakout wide receiver. I've been having some problems with the game crashing on different save files. So I don't really want that to happen for this. I think I might risk it, though. I think I might risk it to jump into at least one game. I don't think it's going to be at the Field of Genes. But what's this? Who's the receiver that's getting a breakout scenario? Please be somebody good. It's going to be Clayton Mahan. Wait, get 3 touchdowns or 150 yards. That means he's star development, and he's going to go up to superstar. Oh, that's annoying. I was hoping he'd be superstar already, but I'm pretty sure 3 touchdowns means you go up to superstar. But he hasn't even revealed himself yet. He's only got 291 out of 500. He must be having a killer season. If he's already getting a breakout scenario, he hasn't even revealed his development trait to start with. But assuming that that's what that means, I think that's what that means, he only has star development, which is kind of annoying. But he could go up to superstar right here if he gets it against the 49ers. We do win the game, which doesn't mean that he got it, but it helps. He didn't get it done today, coach. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Why didn't Jonathan Young just target him? We do win the game, which is pretty awesome. We're getting some good upgrades. I'm hoping that my backup receivers like Britton and McClellan, I'm hoping that they get some good touches too, because I want them to be the future. Britton's a 77. McClellan's still a 75. He's not getting a lot of play time. Once Devontae Smith is out of here, then we'll get... I might even move Devontae Smith after this season, just so we can start the process of getting our receivers as good as they need to be, because we just extended Lynn Lashley. We just drafted Mahan. Britton's still... I think Britton just got extended too, right? So we've got our receivers locked down. So we might need to move on from Devontae Smith. But I think I am going to jump in against the Lions here, because this is the team that knocked us out of the playoffs last year, so we have a little bit of a vendetta against them. And look at the Niners again. This is the 3rd straight year where they're really bad. I don't know what's going on with them. Their cap space must be killing them with all those massive contracts. It must still be affecting them. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, because they have a tremendous team, unless all their guys have retired and they haven't drafted well. I don't know. But we are going to jump in here. I'm going to do a double save file to try to combat the fact that it could crash and corrupt the file. So we're going to find out what happens here. If it doesn't crash, hopefully we get the win. We are against the Detroit Lions, the team that knocked us out, crushed our dreams in the postseason last year. They're 4-1. We're 5-0. Let's get the job done and beat them here. Bijan Robinson, good blocks down the line by the receivers, and Bijan's got still enough speed, even in his advanced age, to get the edge and get a first down there. Solid blocks on the receivers. They still got Aiden Hutchinson. It looks like they got an X-Factor linebacker, or maybe he's just a stand-up defensive lineman. Who knows? But Bijan, no, I had the edge. I needed to get a little bit farther away from him, and I could have dominated and got a huge touchdown there possibly. But it looks like, I guess I could check. They've got, who is that? Oh, that's Josh Allen. Josh Allen is on the Detroit Lions now, and he's got shut down. Okay, very interesting. Aiden Hutchinson's their other X-Factor, and then they got a corner named Joey Spence, who looks like he's blitzing right. Oh my God, how did you get in the backfield so quickly? McGee with the sack. How did he get in the backfield so quickly? Did he not get blocked? No, he was a linebacker that was blitzing, and we did Nobody blocked him. Bijan didn't get a chance to block it. It was never going to work. Never going to work. So that's 3rd and 11 now. That's not good. Spence looks like he's covering the rookie Mahan. Another guy in the backfield so quickly, and that is a turnover. Well, not a turnover, but that's going to be a punt. What the heck happened that time? Oh, he just completely cooked my right guard for some reason? My superstar right guard? Yeah, he destroyed him. There was no winning that battle. He was in the backfield so quickly. My routes didn't even develop before he was already... Look at this. Nobody is open on this entire route, and he's already threatening to get me. So I don't know what you want me to do there. My right guard's still on the ground. He hasn't gotten up just yet. My God. My God, that's crazy. He cooked me. Well, let's get to the next possession here. Oh, back and forth a little bit. Lions have possession. They score a touchdown. We can't let that happen. 4th and inches. We got to go for this. Minute 42 to go in the game. And nope, in the first half. I want to go to the rookie. I want to go to Mahan. This is why we drafted him, for these moments. Clayton Mahan, end zone, touchdown, Desperados. The big body, 6'4" receiver, Clayton Mahan, has gotten himself a touchdown. He just boxed out the corner and did his job. That's why we drafted a guy like that. We kicked the field goal at the end of the half. It's 10-7. We do good on defense there to stop it, and we score another touchdown, but we missed the extra point or something. Maybe we went for 2. I don't know what happened there. No, we're kicking another field goal with Carlson. 16-14, make the field goal. 19-14. Lions driving, late 4th quarter. We get the ball back, and we win the game. 19-14. We've defeated the Detroit Lions. Get our revenge, although it's not going to be great revenge until we get to the playoffs and eventually, hopefully, beat them there. But we do at least get some sort of revenge against them for knocking us out of the postseason last year. I can't remember. I think they played in the... Well, obviously they played because it was the NFC title game. I think they won the Super Bowl, didn't they? Or I don't remember. I guess I'd have to check. I don't remember if they did or not. Jonathan Young, 199 and 2 touchdowns. That's okay. That's pretty decent. Hopefully... we can just keep on rolling on. A lot of good upgrades from the boys. 19-14 victory over the Detroit Lions. That's a nice little victory right there. And now we've got the LA Rams, who are 1-5. The LA Rams are not having a good season. They're right there with the 49ers. And we will beat them 33-7. 7-0 against the Cincinnati Bengals here in week number 8. We've only got 3 games left to go in this episode. I'm not going to risk jumping in anymore. That was already too much of a risk in that game against the Lions. Wide receiver is a strength of the class. Okay, I like that. I'm going to go for it. We're going to scout wide receivers because you never have too many wide receivers. That's one thing I know. You can never have too many wide receivers that are good. We'll also take a look at mock draft number 2. Micah Parsons, I should have re-signed him when I had that cap room before I traded Andrew Martin. I didn't think it was going to kill my available cap. I didn't think about that. Number 2 has Thaddeus Miller. He's still the number 1 player on the board. But now Austin Colvin has jumped into the top 3. Interesting. The Bears seem to be winning games because this is their pick right here, Mello Webb. And then we obviously have this pick down here. So I'm not liking that Chicago's winning games. They need to be losing games so we can be up around this mark. Because there could be some really good players left. So Matt Jones ends up not being as enticing of a left tackle prospect as I once thought. So that's good to know. But there could be some good players in this class. There could certainly be some good players in this class, including receivers, if it's a strength of the class. But now we take on the 3-4 Cincinnati Bengals, who have an old, aging Joe Burrow and an aging Jamar Chase. And we beat them barely, 35-32. Deion Gray gets an upgrade. We just re-signed him, so that's nice. And now we take on the Rams and the Seahawks. Seahawks are 5-3. They're one of our bigger rivals now. But the LA Rams, they did get an extra win since last time they played us. So But we beat him. And we have a breakout DB scenario to end the episode. Love that. Jonathan Young gets an upgrade point. Josh Rice gets an upgrade. That's huge. I hope he has a big season because we need him to be our future outside linebacker. We also have a tandem breakout on the offense, so the receivers must be playing pretty well. And it is Lynn Lashley and Devontae Smith. So we will challenge Lynn Lashley, I guess. I'm assuming he's not going to get it anyway. But we might as well challenge him. So Devontae gets 2,500 XP, which is nice, I guess. And what's the breakout DB scenario? It's going to be for Dante Jones. Okay. Very interesting. I'm pretty sure Dante Jones is the strong safety, right? Because DeJuan Allen's the free safety. So I'm pretty sure we moved Dante Jones to strong safety. Is that right? No, that's Allen. Oh, no, Dante Jones, I had it back. Okay, I had it backwards. Jones is the free safety. Allen is the strong safety. Okay. And look at this. Ramsey has star. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And do we know officially? Mahan hasn't gotten his yet, but I think we do know it's star because he had that breakout scenario, and it was only 3 touchdowns and not 4. So I think we've only drafted star players this offseason, but that's okay. Can we defeat the Seattle Seahawks to end the episode and get our free safety Jones a big-time upgrade to superstar? That'd be awesome. We are 10-0. Ramsey's up to an 80 overall. 33-27. An undefeated first half of the year. The tandem breakout, did we get that? Probably not. I doubt it. We never get it. Yeah, things didn't go his way. I don't know if I've ever seen a full tandem breakout work. Why they even have that in the game. And Dante Jones had a quiet game out there. That's okay. Going from star to superstar is very difficult, especially in simulation. So I didn't expect any of that to happen. But now we've got focused players for the next episode. We've got the decision on Micah Parsons to probably trade him. Well, I guess it's not really a decision. We have to trade him if we want to get something back for him because I have negative money now. I have negative 100 million. But we got that first-round pick from Chicago. Which is nice. But the Bears are decently good, right? We're picking 17 with their pick right now. I'm going to try to trade Micah Parsons for some more first-round picks because that could be useful. That could be very, very useful. But that's going to be in the next episode after the season, before we get to the Super Bowl, obviously. Or after we get to the Super Bowl, so that we still have the money available in the cap to do that. So that's going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.